Test 1 2, test 1 2. I don't skip the connection. This is only a test. Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to Midway University. I am DNA expert and former O.J. Simpson lawyer Barry Scheck, and this is Midway Eagles Live for today's women's soccer matchup between the Tigers of Georgetown College, nearby Georgetown College, and your Midway Eagles. The Tigers coming in with a record of 3-0-3. All of their games either were ties or one-goal victories, while the Eagles come in 2-3, coming off a couple of back-to-back losses in almost identical fashion. Outshot in the second half, 15-4 in both games. First against Asbury, a game where they held a 2-0 lead, before surrendering 3 goals in a 4.5-minute stretch in a 3-2 loss. And then last Sunday against Cincinnati Claremont, went into the half tied at 0 ended up losing 4-1. So some bad second halves have hurt your soaring Midway Eagles in recent games. Hopefully trying to correct that today. Midway still looking for their first win on this sparkly new on-campus turf field. I will be back briefly. I have to also double as the announcer of starting lineups, but once that is over, I'll be back with some more game notes and to call some play-by-play here at Midway University. Thanks for tuning in on our Go Midway Eagles YouTube channel. We are just moments from kickoff here between Midway and Georgetown. These two teams have not played since September 10th, 2019, that game an 8-0 Georgetown win. And it's been kind of a common theme. Our archives only go back to 2008 that I was able to find, but in that time, these two teams have played 8 times. Georgetown has won 8 times by the cumulative score of 55-3, which is lopsided. I would say that's objectively fair to say. And we'll see if our hometown Eagles can turn the tide. They'll be doing so against one of the best goalies in the NAIA in Deja Thompson of Georgetown. Now, on the year, she has 3 shutouts and a .919 save percentage. Now, this is kind of an odd stat. The NAIA doesn't really account for number of starts, as in evidenced by one of the person ranked up ahead of her literally has 2 saves on the season, but cumulatively she is 11th, third amongst goalies with at least 4 starts, and the 10 people ahead of her, only one has more than 20 saves, while she has 34. She has been the real deal for the Tigers, and that is who Midway is going to have to try to battle here today. And we are off and running. Thank you for joining us. This Georgetown team not a super prolific offense here from Georgetown. They but they have just allowed the 3 goals. Becca Clark has 3 goals on the season. Laura Bumala with 2. Ariana Casey, a good opportunity here. That's going defended back. A shot by Anna Kneasley is going to be saved. Had good positioning. Didn't get a lot of contact, and that'll be the first save by the aforementioned Deja Thompson, a 2-time Mid-South Conference Defensive Player of the Week. Booted out of play by Jamila Shalash. An offsides penalty. Not a penalty, offsides on Georgetown. Season, these two teams have one common opponent, at least thus far, in Union. Georgetown played them to a 1-1 draw, whereas Midway lost 4-1. And good attack here going by the Tigers. But Molly Spillman gets into the passing lane and try to knock it out of play. Georgetown not a member of the River States Conference, but you wouldn't know it. Looking at their schedule after today, this is their 7th game and the 5th they have played against a team in the RSC. In those games, they are 2-0-2. Defeated Oakland City 2-1. Beat a very good Rio Grande team 1-0. and a scoreless tie against IU East, and a 1-1 draw against West Virginia Tech. Midway on the attack. Ellie Hudgens lost the ball. Good defense by Georgetown. Very good defensive team. Stated at the top of the broadcast, first halves have not been an issue for Midway. It's been second halves where scored 7-1 and outshot 30-8 over the last 2 games. Defensive play by Kessinger, knocking that ball out of bounds. Good pass, and we got a potential breakaway here. Ariana Casey got a shot, tries to needle it back to Evie Claire, but the ball was going to be stopped by Thompson. Good opportunity for Midway. Timing was slightly off. And that'll do you in. But Midway definitely been the aggressor on offense so far. So we're a little over 5 minutes into this one. The second of 3 home games for the Eagles, who also host Campbellsville Harrodsburg. That ball sent into the net by Kendall Rumpel. And saved by Kaylee Thompson. Getting the goal, getting the start in goal. Likely would have been seeing time anyway, but freshman keeper Ellis Kearns started the first 3 games, dealing with a hamstring injury and not playing at the moment. Trying to get something going on that left side. Again. He's got a step and a goal. A breakaway opportunity for Midway, converted by Evie Claire. And with 37-13 to go, the Eagles strike first. Evie Claire definitely been Midway's most consistent offensive weapon the last few weeks. Really throughout the season. And she scores again. Believe that was unassisted. right, so Midway very aggressive here in the early going. And they have an early lead. And they are, I'm being told that there was an assist by Anna Kessinger there, so. Anna Kniesley. Boy, just one faux pas after another, but we've got our facts straight eventually. And the most important fact is that score is 1-0 Midway. Maybe that is goal number 5 on the season. I believe that is the team lead. It is. Matter of fact, 4 was the team lead, so the gap has only widened. We are approaching 10 minutes into this one. Battle for a loose ball. It's a good defensive play down there. That's Holly Johnston against, it's hard to make out the numbers. Yeah, that was Holly, or that was Mallory Bailey, so a 22v22 battle. As in both are number 22. I don't know if that was clear, but now it is. Georgetown again. Jenna Adkins boots it away. But it gets away, and Holly Johnston will clear it out for the Eagles. A little over 10 minutes in. This one is zipping along. Whoa! That's an aggressive battle and a shove. Looked like Becca Clark did not take kindly to whatever happened. Expect a card to come out when but I did not see. So things getting a little feisty. After we had a similar scenario in the men's game the other day with multiple cards and a coach ejection. The crosstown rivals. I don't know if you can really call it a rivalry when they don't play for 5 years, but it felt like there was blood boiling there. Kniesley on the attack. Ball gets away out of bounds. Midway men also in action tonight. Not here. They will be making the short trip over to Lexington to face Transy at 7 p.m. Men's team last time out was here against Cincinnati Claremont. The aforementioned game with the ejection and the feistiness. Part of that, I think, sprung on by Midway's 9 goals, the second most in team history. 9 goals scored by 8 players. Will we see something similar from the women today? I've been told no, but you know what? We'll see. It's still early. Possibly because, yes, I think this is a stronger opponent than the men's team faced, but good start by Midway, who, as I said previously, just 3 goals in their previous 8 meetings against Georgetown, dating back to 2008. Remember 2008, guys? What a year. We were all dancing the Dougie to the Slumdog Millionaire soundtrack back then, but now we're here in whatever year this is, watching soccer. Anyway, with another opportunity here, Mariana Casey sends it back to the middle of the field. It's going to be defended. Retained. Evie Claire and Mariana Casey have been around the ball a lot. Casey sends that one in. Cameron Banfield making the throw in. Claire sends that one in. It's going to be well defended. Eagles really been shifting around lineup. A lot of regular starters. It's in the first game it's happened. Not getting action. Foul called over there on Midway. Trying to find that working formula. Oh, that one is going to get away. Good attack. That was, I believe, yes, that was Becca Clark, Georgetown's leading goal scorer coming in. Ball a little too fast for her on the approach. Pushes that one down, kicked out of play, and back it goes to Midway. We are under 30 minutes, so roughly a little over 15 minutes in. Big collision. Teams bringing the physicality here. Pushing forward. Good defensive play there by Jaden Barker. That ball is going to be at the feet of Morgan Imhoff. She pushes it wide. It's, oh, nice move out there. That's going to be, oh, Becca Clark with a pass, and that got to Laura Bumala. That one looked like it just tied up Carly Thompson. And so we are knotted up. Laura Bumula from Becca Clark. 26-47. 7 score, 10 assists. Just kind of a odd looking play. I don't know. To watch the replay, it looked like it just get a lot on it. Just maybe kind of caught. It's just Kaylin. So we are now knotted up at 1. Foul called on Georgetown.
Scored by number 7, Courtney Hale. Number 7, Laura Bimula, assisted by number 10, Becca Clark.
Oh, I don't know if you heard it, but the we got the wrong name read followed by a sorry by that over the PA. A man after my own heart. As my vocal blunders are plentiful. We are about 20 minutes into this one.
You're good, brother.
The on-mic apology is... I'm all for it. Whistle. I'm not sure what that was. I thought we had our first sub, but no. We do have our first substitution for Georgetown. You can see Morgan Imoff coming out. Callie Settle coming in. And Midway's got Maggie Sauer entering for Kylie Hudgens. And battle and a foul called. I think Jamila Shalash is going to get a warning. Calls for a yellow from the Georgetown side of the crowd, but not at the moment. Oh, stray kick. Kessinger got Becca Clark right in the midsection. But she's up and walking. .23:06 to play. Again, a lot of physicality. That did not appear to be deliberate. That would seem just an errant kick attempt. She is headed over to the trainer. But she's trotting back out. That free kick is going to be out of play. Carson Smith, no. That's going to go to Midway. Cameron Banfield with the throw-in. Silly me, I didn't have the clock running on screen. But there are 22 minutes to go. Goes to the ground, and a great save. Kaylee Thompson, that was a great move by Becca Clark on the outside. She had a clean look, and Thompson, the big lunge, boots it out. That's going to be a corner kick for Laura Boomala, sorry. I have the pronunciation guide, and I was choosing not to use it, quite foolishly, it would seem. Midway clears it out. Wasn't expecting an in-game call from Midway head coach Cheryl Smith to compliment the graphics, but good job, graphics gang. Pass inside. Clark kicks it harmlessly into the arms of Thompson. Clark definitely has been the aggressor on this Tiger offense so far. Had an assist and just narrowly missed a goal moments ago. Mallory Bailey out in front of the Eagle defense. Shot on goal, knocked down by Thompson, and she picks it up. That was Bamala again. Pretty far out, but got a good boot on it. But Thompson made the save, so Georgetown has kind of taken on the aggression as they now hold a 5-3 edge in shots. 4 shots on goal to Midway's 3. Couple subs coming in for Midway. Out the ball goes. Kanthachek and Morgan Harper getting ready to check in for Midway.
Yes, that's correct.
17-20 left in half number one. From the 25-yard line, pulled by Annie Hellwig. And going to get offsides, yes. Lila Kanthachek, who just checked in, a little too juiced on the attack. The ball will go Georgetown's way. I think memory serves, I was unsuccessful in my attempt to never refer to Georgetown as the Hoyas during the men's game, but by gum, I'm going to give it a shot here. Quick kick in. Ball inside, and that is going to get to the head of Carson Smith. And it bounces once and to Thompson, so that'll be another save. 14. Yeah. And here comes another shot. That's Smith. Thompson with the save and the follow-up. Becca Clark been all over the field, but Kaylee Thompson has been in great position, and that was Molly Spillman who cleaned it up because that ball was lingering out in front of an empty net. Georgetown really bringing it on here at Midway. Thus far, with one exception, been able to turn them away. Still 1-1. We are getting down under 14 minutes to go here in half one. Kanthachek inside, and it's pass intercepted by Thompson. Looked like Evie Clare was a few steps behind. Ball, off the back of Holly Johnston. Her post-play gesture suggests she felt that one, as one might when a fully inflated soccer ball hits you in the back. We got a substitution for Georgetown. Looks like number 2, Libby West. Yes, Libby West in the game. Mallory Bailey checking out.
Coming in for the Tigers, number 2, Libby West.
And we got a corner kick opportunity here. And a foul. Ball over to Midway, who's not had a shot in some time. Feet of Claire sends it, but too far for Harper. Becca Clark out in front again, and this time she's going to score. Clark has got a gear that I don't know that this Eagle defense has. She's had several opportunities, and that one she converts. And 11:15 to play in the half. Georgetown has taken the lead. It'll be Clark's 4th goal of the season, and so just I don't see one, but if Dylan points one out, we'll get it. So the Tigers now leading 2-1. I have to look. I think Midway might have had the first 3 shots of this game. It was at least 3-1. The shot is now 8-3 Georgetown. And they have a 2-1 lead. And assist by Annie Hellwig on that goal. Clark, more good maneuvering after a steal. Hellwig with a good move, a good close by the Eagle defense. That was Jaden Barker. And ball booted up and away by Bumala. So another shot. Now 3-1 shot advantage. Well, technically 9-3, but 3-1 if you subscribe to the lowest common denominator theory. So as I say, I'm pretty sure lowest common denominator would not qualify as a theory. No one should be forced to talk this long, but I persevere. Hellwig kicks it out to Bumala, and this ball has been living down on the Georgetown side of the field. That'll be a pass to no one in particular. Midway substitution. Looks like Haley Applegate, who Midway's top scorers, checking in for the first time.
Number 17, Haley Applegate.
Evie Claire, who had Midway's goal early on, going to the bench. 8 minutes remain here in half one. I think Midway, you just, at this rate, almost want to get out without further damage because still just a 1-goal advantage, but Georgetown has kind of put this one in a bit of a stranglehold here. Kicked harmlessly back to Thompson, who will keep it in play. Harper takes a spill. Ball goes to the Tigers. Clark again. And one's going to go back to Midway. Yeah, Clark is definitely proven to be a problem here. Great acceleration. She's had a hand in both of these Tiger goals. And here comes another breakaway opportunity and another goal. This time, that is going to be Olivia Pasadento, senior midfielder from Louisville. And I was saying you hope Midway could get out with further damage. No such luck. Well, they're saying
Goal for Georgetown. Scored by number 3.
oh, I misspoke. Sorry, that was Kendall Rumpel on the goal, assisted by Noreen Greer.
Assisted by number
I was seeing number 32. It was 33. So that's Kendall Rumpel, sophomore from Floyd's Knobs, Indiana. Midway will head downfield, but not get much of a look there. It's Madison Stapleton, who just checked in the game. Four minutes and 45 seconds remain. And, ooh, that last goal felt deflating. As Midway has now surrendered 3 straight and facing a 2-goal deficit. Clark at it again. Back to the middle of the field. Clark will take a shot that bounces off the back of Johnston and kicked out of play. Georgetown furiously looking to pad their lead. Uh-oh. Good save. That's another man, Laura Mumala. That looked like a sure thing. Kaylee Thompson, who has faced an onslaught, made a couple of nice full extension bataways. And that was one of the best of the lot. We'll set up a corner kick. That is now 12-3. Georgetown leads shots. And .245 to go. Four subs set to come in from Midway here with just a little over 2 minutes to go. Jack looking to make an effort, but couldn't get over there. It's out of play. Anna Waters, Belle Donson, Nadia Meeks, and Autumn Logan. Checking in, clock running. A little over a minute to play. And the subs actually were not called in.
There is 1 minute remaining in the half.
1 minute to go. Gets another shot, but that one's going to be saved. First shot in some time for the Eagles. Thompson, another shot opportunity, but it's going to be saved. And this one looks as if it is heading to a 3-1 deficit at the break. And Thompson, that ball's going to be loose in front of the net, but looked like Cameron Banfield was in position to bat that away. That could have been something else. That's something else, a goal. But no such luck for Georgetown this time, but plenty of good fortune for the Tigers there in that half. They go in to the break with a 3-1 lead. Going to be going silent here, but we will have some statistics to display at the half here in a moment. The second half is about to commence. There's a little under 90 seconds there on the scoreboard. Georgetown leading Midway 3-1. 13-4 shot advantage. A lot of that came about late. You know, I made a note that I was going to time stamp it, and I didn't. But you know what? I got a little time to do it myself. Midway got on the board first, a goal by Evie Claire in the 8th minute. And after that, it was all Georgetown. Evie Claire's 5th goal of the season. This Midway had a goal. Yes, 49 seconds in, 4:43 in, the Claire goal at 7:47, and then did not have another shot until 44:05 in by Anna Kniesley. If my math checks out, that is roughly 37 minutes without a shot. Not what you'd call a recipe for success. As both teams head back to their bench. And I think I might be doubling as your camera operator here in the second half. Let's overlay that scoreboard onto the screen. Lined up. Second half underway. Right out of the gate, Georgetown charging downfield. A good close. By Midway, that was Kayla Sardinas. Bat away by Nadia Meeks. And we got ourselves, 30 seconds in, we've got our first corner kick of the half. Mentioned at the top of the broadcast, the second half has not been kind to the Eagles the last 2 times out. Those times, they had a 2-goal lead and a scoreless tie. This time, they are facing a 3-1 deficit. Casey kicks it into Applegate. Couldn't quite get a foot on it. A good defensive play. Retained by Shalash at midfield. Claire up to Applegate. We'll get a shot off, but didn't hit it clean. And that'll be a kick save by Deja Thompson. Thompson mentioned entering the day, 91.9 save percentage. 11th nationally, but I had 3rd amongst goalies with at least 4 starts. Tricky stat to go, I know, but to To reiterate, one of the goalies with a 1,000% save percentage had 2 saves on the year. That's who Midway's got to try to get around to make up this 2-goal difference as we are over 2 minutes into this second half. Gets that ball taken away, but middle closes back. Scoring plays for Georgetown in the first half. Laura Bumala off a Becca Clark assist in the 19th minute. Speaking of Becca Clark, she gets in, gets a shot on it, but it's going to be saved by Kaylee Thompson. Clark also then had a goal in the 34th minute before Kendall Rumpel scored off an assist by Noreen Greer. Annie Hellwig had the assist on the Clark play. Clark, really good speed. Been a problem. That was just her 5th shot of the game and her 4th on goal. Plus that assist. Break, that's Applegate. It's Kneasley in the middle. She will put it in, sails over Kneasley's head. Hudgens tries to make a play on it. Oh, and then kicked out, but preserved by Evie Clare. Clare to Kneasley. Right idea, timing a little bit off. And at a funny angle, was not able to get a foot on it. Be batted out of play. And Kneasley will go in for a corner kick. Midway's first corner kick of the day. Be batted back to Applegate, who pushes it wide. Ball out of play as we have played 5 minutes as of now. Deja Thompson puts it in. Contact, that's going to be a foul. Going to be intercepted out of the air. Good pass, right idea, but a good defensive play. And we got a one-on-one opportunity. Kaylee Thompson, right read, gets in front of it. That was Kayla Sardinis. One-on-one, aggressive play by Thompson. Dove at the feet and knocked it away. Kaylee has had a very busy afternoon. She's made a string of good plays. Likely to be continue if Midway wants to complete a comeback here. Eagles looking to avoid a 3rd straight loss. Applegate. Good bend on that one from a long distance. But Thompson there to make the save, but Evie Clare right back on the assist. So Midway had a lot of chances early in that first half, and then kind of faded, and they've come out with some aggression here in the second. Not been able to convert one yet. That last one, the best opportunity they've had. Mila Shalash. Ball in play, and to avoid confusion with Jamila, directly below me, her sister Yasmin, a second-team all-conference goalie, is in attendance. I do know the difference if such blunder is made, but let's avoid it. Here's ball. Another one-on-one opportunity. Thompson, no shot there. Beat Sedernis to the ball. She timed that one up perfectly because, yeah, that one gets over her head. In what you might call no man's land. Toss up to Claire. Claire's got a step on the defender. Kicks it back to the middle, and it's kicked over the net. That was an attacking Applegate. Oh, that was a good opportunity. And it sailed over the net. Another corner kick opportunity here for Kneasley. We're about 9 minutes in. Ooh, you'd like to convert that one. It's a good opportunity. Ball is now in. Ooh, it's going to be a foul. Becca Clark does not seem to agree with the call, and I think that's going to cost her. I think he pulled a red. I'm not mistaken. I believe he just pulled a red card on Becca Clark, and that is going to disqualify her. Oh, don't know what was said. Can't imagine it would be wise to repeat over the air, but Becca Clark, who has been a persistent thorn in Midway's side, she has been ejected. That'd be a free kick by Banfield into so that is so Clark out and will be out the next game as well. And a corner kick coming here. That is Kendall Rumpel, who has one of the goals. So that is certainly an advantage for Midway. What's been the fastest player on the field not available the rest of the way. Shalash kicks it ahead to Applegate. .34 minutes remaining. I don't know why I feel compelled to continue reminding the clock since it is on screen, but maybe I just love my own voice too dang much. Wash. It's a foot on it, but so that's now 2 ejections the last 2 days. We've had soccer at Midway. Head coach of Cincinnati Claremont men's team booted from that previous game. Again, Banfield pushes it over to Casey. And an offside, yeah. Yep. Busy weekend ahead, as is usual for this time of year. Midway, the Eagle archery team opens their season at the Southeast Kentucky Region Collegiate 3D Tournament in Williamsburg. A lot of play. There is a season preview for the archery team, shameless plug, on GoMidwayEagles.com. Also mentioned before, Campbellsville Harrodsburg will be coming to face Midway in women's soccer at 2 p.m. on Friday. The Eagles will also be hosting the Midway University Cross Country Invitational in Versailles. Women's race at 6:45. Oh yes, and the women's volleyball team playing at Columbus, IU Columbus on Friday. That game originally supposed to be Saturday, moved up to accommodate a family issue with one of the coaches. And then on Saturday, Midway Sprint football back on the road in Evansville, Indiana to face Oakland City, a team that the Eagles beat a season ago. Week 2 of the Midwest Sprint Football League. That's your weekend ahead in Midway athletics. Applegate. Is that in? Nobody around the ball. Declare one-on-one. Ball is taken away from her. Good defensive play over there. So we have 30 minutes to play. Midway's, especially compared to the last 2 games, has looked pretty strong here in the second half. Had some chances to cut into this lead, not yet done it.
Oops, gotta make sure we push record though. Oh. And so it hasn't recorded this whole time. Yeah, it recorded the first half.
Subs coming in for Midway. Lila Kanthachak. Chloe Kemper and Lila Kanthachak checking in. Okay. And this is a gamble by Thompson, and it's not going to pay off, but the shot's going to miss. Mallory Bailey. There was a Midway defender closing in, but there was no one in that net, and she sailed it. And that is what you would call a fortunate break for Midway. Thompson made the right guess on some of those plays. That time, I think her aggression maybe got a, I don't know if it was a matter of aggression or maybe somebody being faster than she thought, but no harm in this particular instance as that open shot sailed above the crossbar. Played 20 minutes now in the half. Haley Applegate, another one. And that one looked a little rushed. The defenders were coming in, but Haley, with one swift motion, pushed that over the net. So Eagles with some more opportunities. Looked like she had a chance to step in. That one's going to be taken away by Kanthachak. Ball bounces oddly off the foot and back to Georgetown. And now Georgetown with another opportunity. Mallard. And that one's going to be saved by Thompson. I think there were about 3 shots there by Mallory Bailey, 2 saved and 1 blocked. One of those that, sure, it happens. I don't know how people don't get kicked straight in the face more often than those, but concussions and broken noses avoided. And now Midway trying again. Kanthachak has the ball taken away by Carson Smith. Mm-hmm. Did Anthony say that 20 Chloe Kemper was in? It's pretty sure it was Nadia Meeks. Let's see if we see 20, but
No, I see 20. Chloe Kemper. She just hit the ball.
oh, never mind. Don't you folks love how when I have side conversations and forgot to say it off the microphone? Never mind. Clock stops. And a substitution in. Maggie Sauer. Checking in the game. Stop the clock, guys.
Stop the clock, please.
22:32.
22:32 on the clock. 22:32 on the clock.
I believe the temperature rose just enough that we were legally required to provide a water break. It's still a little bit on the toasty side here as we've entered the back half of the month of September.
Georgetown does 12 for 3. 1, 2 for 3. 12 for 3.
Georgetown going to bring in McCall Burkhalter. I like that name. Sort of reminds me of, if anybody remembers, former Philadelphia Eagles running back Corell Buckhalter.
I still believe that the greatest name in the River State's conference is softball player before Shawnee or Oklahoma City. Mrs. Allie Goforth, who bats fifth.
Oh, yes, I do remember that. God, that's Burkhalter. That's a purposeful last name. I like that. Team's back onto the field.
With 19 for 20. 19
Another
going
Midway
in,
sub.
20 coming out.
Evie Claire coming in. Chloe Kemper headed out. I never stopped the clock during that water break. So 22:32 on the clock. Team still getting into position. You know, I kind of spread out my pregame talking points a little bit, and I still ran out of them with plenty of time to spare. Hence me taking time to geek out on a last name I thought sounded cool. check there, and we might have a breakaway opportunity. Giving chase, and it's going to be a goal. That's Mallory Bailey. Got a step and has a goal. And that, I don't know if that's, yeah. That might be the death nail in Midway's comeback opportunities.
Goal for the Tigers, number 22, Mallory Bailey.
That is Bailey's first scoring play. Seems odd because she's been around the ball a lot too. Yeah, that was her 5th shot of the game. First one she's converted. And now we creep down to the 20-minute mark, or 21-minute mark. Kantha Jack tries to find Kneasley. Not too far. Applegate had an opportunity, but it was batted away. And Georgetown got a substitution. Looks like number 3, Jenna Atkins. Yes, 3, Jenna Atkins in the game. Noreen Greer going out. Atkins, one of the Tigers' starters for this game. Midway got a substitution. That's going to be Mariana Casey coming in for Lila Kantachak. Throw in, and oh! Ball slipped from the grip of Holly Johnson. It's just been that kind of stretch for the Eagles. Looks like Noreen Greer is going to get an assist on that previous goal by Bailey. 21-22. Banfield, long shot, but easy save for Thompson. And a pair of subs coming in for Georgetown. Olivia Pasadento coming in. Olivia York is going to come into the goal position. So a pair of Olivias. one of whom I erroneously gave a goal to earlier, but by golly, she's got a shot now. And Candace Flam also coming in. Tigers going into the bench a bit, feeling comfortable with a 4-1 lead as we have 17 minutes remaining. And an offside. Tigers under the guidance of head coach Leah Castleman. Her 17th season. Strong continuity in the coaching ranks there. She's got a team that's looking like it's going to be in good position to stay unbeaten through 7 games. Burkhalter sends it in. Going to be headed away by Johnston. Ball going back Midway's way. Yeah. Not really a homecoming ace, but it should be pointed out that Midway's next opponent is Campbellsville Harrodsburg. The Pioneer men's team is actually coached by former Midway assistant Lewis Jones. Oh, I can't confirm that he will be here, but the Pioneer men are off that day. Who knows?
Georgetown going to be subbing on the next available opportunity will be 33 for 22. 33 for 22.
Kendall Rumpel getting set to check back in for Georgetown. Midway got an opportunity here, and you're going to push that one far, too far right.
Stop the clock.
Stop the clock.
Midway 32 for 19. Georgetown 33 for 22.
32? 32 for, that's Ellis Kearns, the injured boys.
Midway says that the next opportunity will be 15 for 2. 15 for 2.
Jamila Shalash getting ready to check back in. Ball. Out of play. And here is another breakaway. Kendall Rumpel, one-on-one, and saved by Thompson. Does look like Rumpel might have been thinking about that one too much. Held on it all the way to the end, and she's just now getting to her feet. My non-medical opinion, I would say she just got the wind knocked out of her. Fun story from my childhood. My middle school principal said that about my best friend, and he actually had a broken jaw. So I think maybe that incident. Now I'm just laughing at my own childhood memories. The hilarious time about how my friend of 33 years broke his jaw. if we can't laugh about such silliness, folks, we've just been defeated as a species. 9:05 to play, clock stoppage as a substitution. Mallory Bailey checking in for Georgetown. Jaden Barker for Cameron Banfield for Midway. Offside call. Applegate tried to prevent it, but forward momentum was such she couldn't. Ball going to find its way back to the keeper. Couple more subs from Midway. Foul call. We got a slew of subs set to come in. 3 for the Eagles, 1 for the Tigers. 6 minutes, 30 seconds left.
Touchdown sub at the next opportunity will be 5 for 33. 5 for 33.
We have Morgan Imhoff
Stop clock.
scheduled to come in. Clock is stopped.
Midway subs 7, 29, and 1 and 18 going in. That's 18, 7,
We
29.
have Madison Harper,
Going in.
Courtney Hale,
Coming out is
Anna
22,
Waters,
14,
and Belle Dotson
and 28. Again, that is 20,
checking in.
28, 14, and 17 coming out.
Oh, I don't know if you. Oh, looks like we got another Midway sub.
Also have 41 for 33 for Midway. 41 for 33.
I tore apart a piece of paper with my roster here. That's Rebecca Phillips. Split right at her name. Look at that. Corner kick. And a shot is batted away. That was Kneasley on the shot, and the backup goalie, Olivia York. Full extension, just got like a few fingers. And that was excellent play there. And Kneasley on the corner kick to Shalash. That ball in on goal, and another great save. That happened very quick. I think that was Molly Spillman on the shot. Might have to look at that replay later, but so a couple of excellent saves by the backup goalie.
Midway subs are 0 and 23 coming in. 0 and
Annabelle Young, Madison Stapleton
32
entering.
and 21. 32 and 21.
we've got a 0 and a double 0 on the field for Midway right now. Minutes left. So Midway going to drop to 2-4. Conference play just around the corner. Actually, yes, after Friday's game at Harrodsburg, the Eagles are off 8 days, and then they will open River State's conference play here against West Virginia Tech. It's now the third of a 7-game stretch, 10 of 11, where the Eagles will be playing at home. Under 2 to play. Good move, good pass inside, but it's going to be knocked away. And out of play. We got 3 subs coming in for the Eagles.
Midway subs, 42 and 46 going in. 42 and 46 going in.
Allie Bischoff.
Coming
And
out is 8.
Adziri Falcon Perez. Midway going well into the bench.
1 minute remaining.
1 minute to play. Walkie-talkie always going off. Almost feels like I'm having a schizophrenic episode. But I'm not, at least not to my knowledge. That's the kind of thing that I suppose you wouldn't have full, but no, I'm about 97% certain I am in control of my facilities here, folks. 30 seconds to go. And Midway gonna fall to 2-4 on the season. Georgetown gonna be 4-0-3.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4,
3, 2.
1.
The game has concluded. Georgetown, after giving up an early goal to Evie Clare, goes on a 4-0 stretch the rest of the way. They are going to win this one 4-1. That is going to wrap it up here. Give you a few stats once I get that up. Team comparison, 21 shots for Georgetown, 16 for Midway, so they actually closed the gap there. Eagles had some good chances in the second half, but just couldn't convert. 16 shots on goal for Georgetown, 12 for Midway. Haley Thompson with 12 saves, some of them pretty acrobatic, just too much coming her way. As that is going to wrap this one up. As I said earlier, we will be back on Friday at 2 p.m. Midway will host Campbellsville, Harrodsburg. But that's going to conclude here today. Thank you for tuning in on the Midway YouTube channel. Stream concluded.